Hello, and welcome to day 7 of Game Over Cancer. I'm your host, Lucky Kerplucky, and I'll be with you for the next few runs. Can you believe it? It's the last day of the marathon already. Time sure flies when you're having fun. We've been here all week raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society. And we've raised so much money so far, and we still have a whole day to go. I'm sure we can hit the next milestone and maybe even the milestone after that and after that by the end of the day. We can do this. And if you want to donate, you can hit !D in the chat to donate. Throughout this next run, I'll be jumping in here and there to tell you about all of the prizes and incentives and this great organization. But let's jump right into this. Playing the messenger, 8-bit, no out of bounds, here's Dyanketo. Tell us about your run and your commentator.
Hi, I'm Dyanketo. I'll be speedrunning The Messenger. And to me, it's a really awesome game that I saw a couple of friends of mine play, and I was like, you know what? This game has good beats, and I'll just go along with it. And today I'll be co-joined with a great friend of mine, Janglestorm.
Hey everyone, my name is Jinglestorm. I'm a fellow speedrunner of this game, as Di mentioned. It's been a while since I ran this, but this is a really cool speed game, and always fun to watch others play as well. So this should be a good showing.
Yeah, I'll do my best to get on all the stuff that I've been practicing over the couple of weeks. So, let's see. 2025. I would almost do 4 and mess that up. So once I start, yes, we are going to go. Are we all ready on the countdown? Everything is already good to go, right? All right, then I'll give us
Yeah, we're good to go whenever you want.
Okay, then I'll give us the countdown, and in 3, 2, 1, and go. So, right off the bat... Oh. So right off the bat, we're being introduced to the messenger, our ninja in our ninja village and our ninja clan warrior. And one of the first things we do is we skip a lot of text. We don't just mash it, we luckily have a button combination that does it for us.
Yeah, this is very handy. If you've somehow happened to have run this in the beginning, you know that you had to mash a lot more. And at some point, the people at Sabastage Studios decided to make it easier, so they introduced this button combination, which would make you skip the text instantly, and it makes stuff like the beginning also a lot quick to go through. And so yeah, Diane is currently doing this intro sorts, kind of setting up for what's to come in the game, also in this category. It's a bit of a short thing. Nowadays it's actually like an optional thing. In the speedrun you can also start from the next section, because this is pretty straightforward anyway. But of course in the marathon you'd like to see the entire thing. So you see this intro with a lot of stuff happening here, as you see. And so basically our goal is to deliver this message to this one place.
It's a very important message we have to deliver. It's not the message you're thinking about, but it is a message we have to deliver. And to do that, we need to do the thing. That's going to be very important.
We need to do the thing. Yes.
Yes. But yeah, we are under attack by demons, and the Western hero of the story saves us, gives us the message, and now we have to pass on the message. So we are now in possession of the scroll.
Now we're heading into Autumn Hills, and this is where the game starts proper in a certain way. And you see in the top right corner, there's this currency. These are the time shards that we're collecting throughout the game. And this is also important for this speedrun, because we will be needing a certain amount of time shards at a certain couple of points where we need to buy certain upgrades. So as you see Diamond slash and jump its way through these opening screens, he needs to get at least 30 time shards to get the first couple of upgrades, which include the climbing claws and an item that can hit enemy projectiles.
Yeah, so that's we're going to be shopping a little bit here and there. It's all planned out. We kind of know our way around. We need to grab the currency called time shards. These are these yellow floaty things you see around, and when you hit the lanterns, it's also when you get the currency. So while that counter goes up, my nervosity is also going up, because yeah, I'd rather not die and lose the option to have the not grabbing it.
Yeah, this is a game that's very heavily emphasizing movement tech. It's very fun that way. There's quite a considerable skill ceiling if you want to go for certain strats. And there's various things. Also, right here, you could go for this spike jump where you're getting boosted forward if you're landing on the right pixel. And there's been various names given, also referring to other speedrunners who have been kind of going through the setups like the alpha plant by sort of alpha, to name one. There's going to be quite a few of those things. And also fun the sound design because as soon as you're entering water, the sound gets more muffled. It's a pretty cool effect that they did over at Sabotage Studios. And well, I mean, you also have the jams. You saw people jamming out. It's a really good soundtrack by Rainbow Dragon Eyes, but also getting a nice little effect from diving in the water and having that extra effect just adding to the atmosphere.
All right. Normally, damage would actually knock you back, but since we're underwater, physics just seem to work differently. Go for it. Oh, I got it! Yes!
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, so Diane was going for a spike wall jump there. If you're timing that at exactly the right moment, you can get like a double jump, and you can make it exactly over the wall that skips you going through the water, so excellent job there. So that tech is also going to be very frequent throughout the game. It's called cloud stepping. So how that works is you do jump and you do slash something like a lantern, and that gives you like an extra jump. So yeah, it kind of looks like you're stepping on a cloud or something, so therefore we called the cloud step.
Yeah, and you can see when your double jump is being refreshed, if you look at the fireball, you get like these white dust thingies underneath your feet, and they'll be there the entire time to indicate you that you do indeed have a double jump.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. A lot of these rooms tend to be on certain cycles, so there tend to be ways that you can go through them quickly. Sometimes you wind up resetting rooms just to get a more ideal outcome. It depends on the execution in a way.
Yeah, one of the few things you're going to see often is me trying to get like a double cloud step, so I'm jumping towards a lantern, and then while I'm getting a double jump refresh, I jump and slash at the same time to basically jump up again, and that way get like proper, how do you call it, get another double jump.
Right, it's time for the next shop. You did need 130 for this, because we're gonna be getting two things. We're gonna be getting the shurikens, which we'll be used to, throw around. And also we get some knockback recovery, which is nice that you can just prevent a full knockback by pressing a button. That's leading us into this first boss fight. This is the leaf golem.
Yeah, leaf golem is pretty easy to set up, as long as I don't mess it up. Okay.
Excellent, yeah. So this is where the shurikens really come in handy. They provide you that little bit of extra damage that you can do in order to make this a one cycle. Otherwise, this leaf golem can jump around a little bit, also on that top floor there, and do additional attacks. You just have to wait a little bit longer, but this is basically what you want.
Yeah, and then we have
so yeah, this is
Forlorn Temple.
The Forlorn Temple, and that was it.
Yeah, one of the hardest stages in the game.
Yep, that's all you're gonna see for the entire run.
And then we fall down into Catacombs, so we say hello to Necro. Necro is there to inform us about a very important duty that we'll unfortunately not get to see this run.
You will otherwise see it.
Oh, I'm still gonna go for it.
Catacombs is definitely where cycles are the word. Also, you've got these crushers, you got spikes. You got this guy. Who's this guy? I have no idea who he is.
No,
looks a bit mysterious.
Seems to be like summoning all these monsters. Doesn't seem really like a nice guy. Like actively blocking my path. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Get there.
You see a lot more wall climbs now that we can do that. You can do that pretty quickly now. There will be a point later where you can do it even quicker with a mission of another item. But first, gonna be... Yeah, this lovely soundtrack once again, and There we go, dropping down there.
There we go. Oh. Yeah, that's also a bit sketchy, because I tried to do it fast. You try to skip the corner, but you stand still instead. Now you think you're gonna get squished by the other platform, but luckily it's not like that.
It's still a pretty tight sequence, yeah. I mean, I know that from experience as well. You want to get past those initial spikes and then those crushers, and you can barely get past it if you're not messing up too much.
Alright. We're gonna do the same thing as we did in the previous chapter. We're just gonna damage boost our way through the spikes instead of a saw blade.
Yeah, a little bit of a knockback prevention there by pressing a button. So that was the one upgrade we just got that allows us to get past those spikes before the iframes run out. How many skeleton friendos here?
Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I've never succeeded, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Are you gonna go for a Badonkadonk?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay, we have one more shot. Ah, not more.
Yeah. For those who don't know, a Badonkadonk is basically where you're trying to get a cloud set from the previous screen, but it carries over into this room. And if you're jumping at exactly the right moment, you can skip this entire fight altogether. Because you can hit a certain line where it actually starts triggering this fight. But if you can skip that, it'll save you effectively a couple of seconds. It's one of the... those are the threats that you could go for. But a good try, at least.
I always try. I never get it, but I always try. It's always fun to at least attempt to go for it, even if you don't get it. Nothing gained,
sure.
Nothing lost.
Exactly. Little vertical climb here.
Alright. So far, so good. You see these Wisprobe enemies? Yeah, they're a real pain in the neck.
This room is possible to one cycle, but it is really tight. It is pretty satisfying if you're figuring out how to do that, but if you don't, then there's no harm in taking it a little bit slower, because in this game it can be easy to die if should something happen.
Yeah, for a marathon setting, I'm just not gonna go for it entirely. Like, I have a feeling I can, but I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Alright, Ruxin, let's see.
Oh, nice parent there. So we're meeting this guy, Ruxton. We've seen it before, and so there's a bit of RNG here because you can get a high and low pattern. And this is basically what you want because you can do a lot of damage from that top platform.
Yeah, I've been practicing it earlier, and I was getting only low patterns, so I was more like prepared, so I'm just gonna go up and then head to the right, but Ruxton has been really nice.
It sounds like you got it out of the way before the marathon run, so marathon luck is working out.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Now it's time for Bamboo Creek.
We're gonna be off sync here.
We're gonna start this in style and try and sing a song.
We're gonna try.
If I can.
Chinese food,
I like Chinese food. Chinese food is good for you. I like to eat Chinese food, and Chinese food is yummy too. If you'd like me to, you will bring me Chinese food because it is so yummy. Did I mention I like Chinese food?
Nice.
Etc. Etc.
Thank you.
It's a very catchy tune. And just so you wonder, yes, those are the official lyrics as composed by the game's composer, Rainbow Dragon Eyes. They're as official as it gets.
Yeah, that's the most surprising part to me. When I originally tried to researching it, I was like, huh? It's actually official. It's on the Wikipedia too. So if you're really curious about it, you can look it up and sing along every time we catch the song.
Yeah, those are the known lyrics as such.
There are other variations too.
There's a couple of other variants. Also, by the way, this is still totally in bounds. It seems like Dime was going out of bounds just now, but it is actually allowed for no out of bounds. Keep some of the shenanigans down there.
I'm gonna try and go for it. A one-tile jump. See if I get it.
Yeah, so this is... okay, I'm gonna be silent for a little bit. See if we get it.
Oh, almost.
Ah, close. So this room is also known as BC11. BC standing for Bremer Creek, 11 for, well, the 11th room in this area. And there's a series of tricks that you can do where you can get a one tile that you can use to skip the elevator section there. Some of the more commonly known ones, Enter Skip is a pretty classic one. But there's also various other setups that people have been going for just to get that one tile. It's a small window, but yeah, it does save you a little bit. Yeah, so as Stricer mentioned, the OoB in this game really go out of bounds, more so than you actually saw just now.
Okay. The game tried to
Okay,
tell
so-
you nothing happens in Bamboo Creek, but that is actually the case. Nothing happens in Bamboo Creek. Or is there?
Yeah, that's... is there, ice emoji. Dan's just grabbing some time shards because we're getting into our next shopping round, and we will need 275 shards to get the next items.
I'm a little short, I feel. I'm a little scared, that's why I took the waterfall the entire way down. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine.
We're good, we're good. There's actually that one crystal below there, below that one door just now, where you can also grab some shards if needed, but you were good in this front at least. So with this third shop, you're getting 2 more things, namely a wingsuit, which you see in action right here, and you'll be using quite a bit, and also this underwater boost, where you can dash on the water, which, you know, is not a bad thing either.
Also enters Stricer Jam stage.
It's jam-packed.
Oh, okay, that was a bit sketchy. But yeah, with the wingsuit, you can just glide easily along your path, and you can just make life a lot easier if you're trying to traverse longer segments.
You can do these wingsuit slashes. What you see there, you use your wingsuit and you do these vertical slashes. Those are so-called wingsuit slashes.
Am I gonna go for it? We can try. I've succeeded only a total of 4 times. Surely the marathon luck will help me.
Oh, very nice. That's the DK room, DK skip there. Kind of mentioned that because it's kind of reminiscent of the barrel sections in the original DK games, and you can get this very tight cycle where you can make it past those blades, and those do a lot of damage. If you can sneak in just before that, you do save a little bit of time there, so very well done.
I felt that
Also,
damage
there's
boost, and I was like, you know what? I should really go for it, even though it's marathon. That's the 5th time I've actually...
very well
oh,
done.
sorry. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
let's
there
go.
was that hey that you heard in the song. That's a very digitized sounding hey. That's actually the crew at Sabotage Studios who are saying that. And there's this 8-bit version. There's also another version later on where you hear that. It's a nice little touch. And this game is full of them.
Is now a good time to jump in with a donation?
I would say go for it.
Yeah, we have time for
Awesome. We have $25 from Eternal Red Gamer, who says, "Final day, let's go! I love the messenger, and I have been thinking about speedrunning it lately. Good luck to all the runners today, and happy Easter."
That was a really good timing, because right now we're actually being introduced to the boss of the Emerald Golem area.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna leave this one to Jangle. I need to focus a little bit because I can't count.
Yeah, there's some counting involved. Imagine counting in speedruns. This is one of those cases. So, Emerald Golem here, we have to get to the middle of this boss and hit this middle thing 7 times. And then you do 1 shuriken from the side, and that's going to be the 8th hit. And that will allow you to float upwards and deal damage to the head. If everything goes well, you should be able to do this in 2 phases. Just, you know, gotta count correctly. There we go. Throwing 1 extra shuriken just to make sure that this phase goes according to plan.
Exactly.
And now we're kind of floating in the air, and we're dealing damage to this thing right here, and very nice. That was a very quick one.
And a really good pattern too.
And a good pattern too. So you see these things floating around. Those are kind of shuriken refills, so you can use those to attack from afar. But yeah, ideally you would want a bottom left finish because that's like the quickest animation, I believe. But if I recall correctly. But yeah, very nice. Also, sad golem.
Oh, poor guy. He was just digging around the tunnel. We just had a slight misunderstanding.
Exactly. Anywho, onto Quill's Room Marsh. We got all these mushrooms, who, by the way, are singing to the beat of the tune.
Oh yeah, you can definitely pay the attention to that. Especially these green guys here.
Yeah, these green guys are kind of singing along. It's another nice little touch that they put there that you may not directly notice, but it is right there.
I'm gonna
so
be
this is
trying to
the
fly
room
as
that's
much as
also...
possible.
Yeah, this is the room where you hold right for basically the entire time. It used to be that you would do nothing but hold right. Ever since people have also been trying to go for these T boosts, where you boost off these, these guys, and you would technically not hold right the entire time, but for the most part, it's still basically hold right the room.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Doing some nice windshield slashes there. It's kind of nice if you can get past all the various enemies that you will encounter.
I did the thing that I wanted to do. I'm very happy right now.
Yay.
Wingsuiting the entire room for me is like golden.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Alright, let's go. But yeah, this Quill's Room Marsh also has a bunch of cycles here and there. Like, you see these rotating spikes going around. Not as much as, like, other setups, like Catacombs, for example. But it still has them, like, everywhere, so you're trying to go as... Am I gonna make it? Yes.
Oh, nice. There we go. And now it's time for some potential usage of shurikens, because you can use those to hit those wheels and open those doors. There's some cool setups for that too.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble with it. Oh, got the one jump.
Nice.
So far it's... I'm gonna jinx it. You know what? I'm fine with it. I'm gonna jinx it. So far it's been going really well. I'm not even joking.
Sure has. This room you can also minimize the amount of damage taken if you are going through it quickly. Even the smaller rooms have some speed optimizations here and there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of optimizations. I've seen people speedrun this at a higher level than I'm currently performing, like sub 30 levels, and I just look at it and I go like, what? That is even possible? How do we even do this? It's amazing how far the community has been capable of just pushing this game, but not only pushing it, supporting other runners as well. Like, I've got in touch with the community a couple of times, and everybody has been so helpful and so nice to me, and they were like pointed things out, and I'm gonna focus on this one, sorry.
Yeah, this is the Queen of Quills here. This is another fight with faces, I guess, and Diane's trying to do a certain amount of slashes and trying to make sure to also get some of the higher attacks as well. And there's going to be this one attack where she does the whip. This is a thing you could skip if you do enough slashes beforehand. That's always going to finish with this one attack right here in the middle. But yeah, if you don't get the whip, it is especially a fast fight.
I got pretty lucky in that one.
Yeah, you got quite lucky in that one.
I'm just glad I could just hop along when she jumps into the air. That's one of the hardest things to do in the Queen of Quill fight, is to basically jump your cloud steps and then get into the right position as well, just to make sure it happens.
Right, on to Searing Crags. One more shopping round in this category. We need 230 shards for this. And we're gonna be buying these things, and yeah, we're going to get this really cool new thing, which we're going to use to rope dart everything, as I say.
I did
And it's very nice. You instantly put it to good use. You can let yourself onto walls from afar and put yourself towards enemies. It has like a very extensive use throughout the run. And various other cool things you can do with it too, but it really changes the dynamic. Because you had this part up until now, but it really does change how you control the game afterwards. Also, this room, you're pulling yourself towards these various quote-unquote lanterns. Very nice. Dyn doing a little sequence break there by using the stalactite to get himself up there a little bit quicker. And climbing that wall. You can also use that rope dart combined with the jump to especially climb these walls super quickly.
Yeah,
It does take some practice, but it's worth it. Yeah, this also needs some practice. I mean, there's spikes everywhere, so Dynus get himself up here a little bit quicker. Very nice yeet across the screen. There's quite a few of those. So I forgot to point that out earlier because Howling Grotto had it too, but it's a known thing in the game.
Yeah, Jungle, sorry, I'm gonna leave you to it. I need to focus on these next few parts and levels.
Yeah, absolutely understand. But this is a game that may not always have that much downtime. There's a lot of stuff happening here. There's so many things you can do. Like in that room just now, there's also this teleport that you can do by doing your attacks and rope darts at certain moments, and you can kind of launch yourself across the screen and kind of switch positions with the enemy that you're trying to rope dart. So that's one of the instances where you can go for that. Okay, now we're on to the next fight. This is the duo Colus and Susus. And they have specific ways that we have to approach them. In this case, this guy here, we have to attack from the back. And you have Colus here. I think this is Colus. You have to attack Colus from the front. So that's making the distinction right there. And they have all kinds of attacks that they could do. So there's a bit of RNG involved as well. And very nicely following Colus alongst the walls really for that extra damage. Because it's very tempting to just wait and... Oh, that was really cool.
Oh my god!
That was very... RNG-wise, that was pretty damn good too. You can get so many things like people's elbow, where one of those guys is elbowing downwards, and that also takes forever. But none of that here. Very nice, very quick. Without further ado, yeah, let's go to Glacial Peak. Shuffle, please, in chat.
Shovel Please, one of the best songs in the game.
Yeah, that's another banger, and this first part, Dyn is trying to get like a little bit of a higher jump to skip a little bit of the platforming. Can be a little bit tight, but it's another area where the rope dart is really being utilized to push yourself to pull yourself towards walls. Also, the smaller ones, you don't even necessarily grab them, but it does save quite some time regardless. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of pits there. You don't want to fall in the pits. It's one of those things, if you're learning this game, it may seem quite daunting at first. Like, initially you're trying to get used to the movement, and there's so many things that will feel very overwhelming, but that's definitely one of the rewarding things. Just practice makes perfect. You do tend to get more used to it, and you see those improvements, and with a game like this, it's so rewarding. Little cloud step up there. Just taking the corner in that room.
Yeah, I'm trying to go faster with like the rope dart climb you've mentioned before. It's a little bit tricky because it's timing based.
It's very much timing based, yeah. We've got those projectiles. Gonna get ourselves up here. Ice climber. These things are dropping. You want to make sure to climb those before you lose control there.
Ooh,
Very
bird.
nice.
Okay, I'm not gonna do the next room though. I'm gonna special way.
Yeah, there's also a teleport here that you can do, which I feel like if you do a teleport, this is one of the first ones that you go for, because there is a somewhat reliable setup for it, where you drop down from one of the platforms, rope dart towards one of the enemies, and then do a slash in between, and then rope dart the next enemy, and that teleports you a little bit across the screen. It does take some practice though, and in marathon setting it can be pretty scary, of course, but regardless, it's always nice to see the movement in the game if it's going according to plan.
Yeah, we have made it to the top of the mountain, and we have delivered the message.
We did it! Yay! GG's.
Yeah, we're
wait.
done with the game, right? It's summoning
well-
a tower!
Whoa!
Help!
Suddenly, tower. Just when you thought you had everything, there's always the tower.
There's always
This is the tower. This is the Tower of Time, or speedrunners also know this as the Tower of Tears, the Tower of Terror, the Tower of Inserts. Description here. This part can still be a massive deal breaker if you're trying to PB. It may have something to do with those lasers and all the various cycles that you may want to get. You have to hit all these crystals. They do kind of temporarily grant you access past these lasers, because they will disappear for a little bit. Also room for a lot of really cool potential things you could do here. If you're trying to get past those lasers and try and do that without actually dying, you can do this what runners call the Hail Mary. So also like the mini version of the Hail Mary, but you have to basically respond very quickly to what's happening. Very nice. Throwing a shuriken there. So there's a little damage boost there to get past those lasers, because otherwise it would take quite a while to get past that room. There's ways of making that work.
Ooh, nice wish ropes. Didn't believe I was
Very
going to
nice.
say that today.
There we go. Levy skip right there. It was fun that you could jump onto that platform and skip past those lasers for a little bit of time save.
Oh, okay, that's unfortunate, but it happened.
That's it is the Tower of something.
Pain.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Dan's going back there just to reset the cycle. So you could just go for this again. Thankfully, that death is not the worst. You have some checkpoints at least. But yeah, this is one of those games where if you wind up...
Uh-oh. It's happening.
Oh dear. Yeah, this is one of the games, if you wind up dying, it can be quite a thing, kind of depending.
Yeah, I'm just going to take the next room a little bit slower. I'm just going to attempt it one more time. There's a certain nice setup that I do for it. That's exactly the setup that I was going for. But it's always scary to, like, go for it.
Oh, okay, very nice. That was very clean. So yeah, now we're hitting this crystal. We have to make sure to get to the other side of the room before the laser returns.
Try not to go
section.
too fast. I have had it before, that when jumping down and falling with the wingsuit, you could scorch yourself and die that way. You know what? I'm just gonna take the safety save.
That is possible. Yeah, totally fair. This is a good point to save, actually. There's still quite a lot of major obstacles coming up still. Well, I mean, that was probably the right call. Yeah,
I had a feeling to do that.
There's some cool stuff you can do also with the lasers. Like in the previous room, you have what's called the French Connection, where you do take a damage boost off the spikes, and do you rope dart jump up the wall just past those lasers whilst you're in your iframes. But you do need like enough health for that. So if you don't, then you will have to play it a little bit safer, and it will be a little bit slower. But you know, this game teaches you that's only a good thing. Yes, you see, we've seen this guy Corbel a couple of times. If he's appearing on screen, he will take some of your money, which, you know, I guess that's a thing. And he'll say very sweet nothings to you.
No.
Ooh, that was a close one. This room can be frightening if you're trying to do this fast. There's some stuff that you could do like the Dos Ojos, where you use the eyeballs to damage boost through past these lasers. That's also really tight. Okay, time for this room. You have to hit a couple of crystals and just get across. There's one little thing that you can do to speed things up, which we'll see right over here. Very nice. So you do a slash and then a jump away from the wall. And by doing that, it does actually send your slash through the wall and it hits that crystal, so you just travel through that. Alright, and we're almost at the end of 8-bit here. We got one more thing to do.
Yes, which is exactly the thing we mentioned.
We're doing the thing here. We're fighting Arcane Golem.
And the Arcane Golem is the thing. It's to pass the trials, we have to defeat the Arcane Golem.
Yeah, so for this boss we're gonna be doing a series of rope dart slashes, and we're also trying to prevent damage from any projectiles whatsoever. Standing on this hand here. By the way, for attack time is coming up as soon as the last hit is done, so potentially get ready for that. All these lasers.
Time.
And time. GG's.
Whew. That's...
Yeah,
that was an adventure.
That was an adventure, yeah. I mean, Tower of Time was, or Tower of Tears was kind of living up to its name, but yeah, very, very, very excellent run overall. Well done, Diane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so super happy with the Tower of Time, but the run overall, man, that was actually beyond what I expected to perform. So I'm really happy and really satisfied with this run.
Yeah, it was a really good showing. So well done.
Yeah, it's actually a PB on my life split as well by 3 seconds. So even though I died 4 times in Tower of Times, I still PB'd.
Wow.
GG's. Excellent.
Amazing. That was such an entertaining run. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we could be here with you to share this PB and this great time together. Diane, why don't you tell the wonderful people of Twitch where we can find you?
Well, I'm generally streaming on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays on twitch.tv/Dyanketo. And Jungle, where can I find you?
Yeah, you can also find me streaming frequently over at my channel, and I do speedruns and some casual stuff, but I'm a variety speedrunner. This is one of the many games that I've speedrun on twitch.tv/JungleStorm, so if you'd like to see that, yeah, feel free to follow. And also go follow Diane.
Yes, thank you so much. Before we go to the break, I just want to give a quick update on our incentives, because we have a few incentives today. Our theme of the day is kind of like a this or that sort of thing we've got going on. So Mega Man 4 or Mega Man 5, good ending or bad ending, save the animals or kill the animals. So I highly recommend that you get your donations in for these incentives now before the decision fatigue sets in. For example, like Mega Man 4 or Mega Man 5, that one's coming up quickly, and right now it is in a deadlock. $366 on either side. It could be either game. Right now, we don't know. The runner doesn't know. Nobody knows. Only you can decide. And on that note, thank you again so much for this great run. We've got a lot more runs coming up after the break, so don't go away too far.